published today was the whole issue of newly arrived membranes for the desalinated plants at Crabs, and the output of potable water will be increased by 250,000 gallons of water daily beginning this weekend.
Yes. Too little?
Too late.
Too late. Now, this is not an issue where the drought just came upon us. The drought beset Antigua somewhere around 2012, 2013. And we immediately at the time moved to do a number of things in order to place Antigua and Barbuda in a much better position, especially with respect to storage and the production of water. Now, we understood that we would be relying primarily on desalinated water during this drought period, however it would have lasted. And that meant that we would have to make certain that there is sufficient output of water. Now, at the time, Semcorp were producing 4.1, 4.5 million gallons of water per day. It's a company from Singapore, and they were maintaining the plant and making sure that we were getting an adequate output from the plant as it was designed. Now, you cannot just run a plant like running a car and don't change your oil filter, don't change your oil, don't change the basic things. That's what APA did after they took it over. APA took it over in 2016, and they literally just ran it into the ground. And so from a plant that was producing over 4 million gallons a day, it came down to producing half of that, 2 million gallons a day. 2 million gallons, half the capacity of the plant. Now they're telling us that they've been able to source some membranes.
Yes.
These are membranes that should have been sourced 5 years ago. So we're going with them now. These are membranes that should have been sourced 5 years ago. And they should have been maintaining them, they should have been replacing them, and ensuring that the plant could produce at the capacity so that people can get water. This is not an academic issue where you just want the plant to be producing water for the sake of producing water. People are suffering. In Buckley's right now, it's drip, drip, drip. There was water yesterday, there was no water on Wednesday, there was no water on Tuesday, and there was no water on Monday, there was water on Sunday. People are suffering. Classes in schools have had to be terminated and children have had to be sent home. We've had to endure office closures early. And this is not about drought, this is about mismanagement. That the membranes are only now being sourced at a cost of approximately $1.2 million. So for 8 years, they couldn't find $1.2 million with all the billions they got in CIP. But just before the election now, they're finding the 1.2 million because they're trying to see how they can fool people, bamboozle people with election water.
And so it's a buzz of activity.
They're trying to tell people now, oh, we're fixing it. We're saying too little, too late, red dead. No. Even as they are forcing to put these membranes in, the talk of the town is that they have not yet installed the cartridge filters. Now the cartridge filters in the process of reverse osmosis is one whereby the material passes through the cartridge filters first. And that's where a lot of the hard material, the rough material and so is taken out, that's extracted. And then it goes in a pressurized way to the membranes. Now, if you don't have proper cartridge filters and you're making all the rough material go into the membranes, you're looking to mash up the membrane.
Wow.
The membranes ought to have a lifespan of between 3 and 5 years, depending on how you treat them. If you are going to force the rough material straight to the membranes, it will have a lifespan of approximately 1 year. So that might be another $1 million down the drain, because these people, they don't care. Their only interest is to see how they can fool people to get back into office. So if the membranes are destroyed and we go back into a cycle where we still have no proper water supply, then that will be money wasted and more inconvenience caused to people. Then they say now that it's going to increase water production by 250,000 gallons. What is that? What is that? Up at the Crabs facility, there are 6 units. 6 units for the one plant. 4 large units and 2 small units. The 2 small units are currently being repaired by some engineers who came in from Dubai. And they are fixing units that have been down for the last 2 years. So whilst Robin here is puffing his cigar and eating hotel food, people are suffering.
Yeah.
So he didn't even seem to have a clue of what was happening. And you have 2 of the 6 plants out of commission for 2 years. You have tanks that are leaking. But the weather went up and showed the tanks that are leaking, rusty, in need of repair. And they sit down in cabinet every week telling the people of Antigua and Barbuda, we're doing all we can. We can't do any better. Is the drought? Nonsense. A bald-faced lie. Nothing to do with drought. Everything to do with mismanagement. So that's there. And when you go to all the other plants, all of them are producing at half the capacity because this government does not care.